Hi, this is Glenda, and today I'm going to be making an strawberry soap. I have here my oils, and they are at 93 Fahrenheit. The lye water, it's at 101. So first thing is I'm going to add the lye water to this. Alright. And first, I'm gonna try to just stir it with the spoon. With the spatula. And today I also wanna try whisking it. This is a new recipe that I've been trying out for at least 2 or 3 batches, and it has moved very fast. So I'm going to try to just do it with a whisk. Alright, I think I stirred it enough. I don't see any signs of trace, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick stir with a quick stick blender. It seems to be emulsified. It hasn't reached trace, so I'm going to go ahead and divide it because I'm going to add fragrance to one portion of it, and I'm going to leave about a quarter of it without fragrance because the fragrance tends to darken. It has a lot of vanilla in it, and I'm using strawberry preserves from Nature's Garden. Alright, so I've divided it into what is roughly 3/4 of the butter and a quarter, and now I'm just going to add fragrance to the bigger portion of it, and I need to add close to 2 ounces. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and blend just with the whisk. It's turning a funny green color on the edges. It does smell a lot like strawberry. It's supposed to be strawberry preserves. It smells very sweet, almost like a very candy cake like. Alright, so this is the mold that I'll be using. And it seems to have come to a light trace at the moment because I'm not doing any designs or swirls, and to ensure that the fragrance is evenly distributed, that way the discoloration will also be even, I'm going to go ahead and stick blend it for a little bit. Alright, it is not at medium trace. I only stick blended it for maybe 30 seconds at about 10 seconds intervals. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mold. It reminds me of lemon curd. It looks like the lemon curd that you use for cakes. And I was actually struggling to come up with a design for this soap because of the discoloration and because of the fragrance that it's strawberries, which are a food, and for the most part, I do not like to make soaps that look like food, because a lot of my soaps I give them to my family, my nephews, my niece, and my niece is not older, but I have younger nephews that they already try to eat the soap that doesn't look like food just because it smells like food. So I don't want to give them another reason to try to eat soap, because I'm sure they're gonna dislike it very much if they do. So my struggle was to find a design that went along with the strawberry without it making the soap look like food. And at the very last minute, I had an inspiration to make it look like a strawberry feel. Now let me get my fragrance, my colorant. And I'm gonna give it a quick stir. So what I have right here, it's 1/16 of a teaspoon of green pigment, which I'm using the one from Crafter's Choice, and I just dispersed it with some, I think it was grapeseed oil. So what I want to do is just color it a light green, and I'm going to put this on top so that it simulates the leaves that will be underneath the strawberries if there was a strawberry feel. And this looks like it's a little bit solid, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick blend that too. And this is gonna lighten up even more, so it will be good so that the strawberries can just pop against it. Alright, and I think this is getting thick enough that I should be able to put this on top without it going to the bottom. I'm gonna give it a quick test. Yeah. Usually when you use either floral or sweet fragrances, they tend to move pretty quick. And on this recipe I have a lot of solid butters and fats, so that also causes the soap to move faster. And this time I decided to go easier on the water discount. Well, not a water discount, but more of the proportion. I usually do a 33% lye concentration to water, so it's 33% lye, and then, you know, whatever is the difference of water. And this time I went with a 30% lye concentration. So let's see. I'm gonna tap it to hopefully get rid of any air pockets. Alrighty. And that seemed to be just enough amount of soap for this mold, which you can see here is the Brambleberry 10-inch mold. And I don't think I want to do any texturing in here, but maybe I do. Let me see. If anything, perhaps I just make it look like leaves, but right now it is even too soft to do any of that. So I'm going to wait a little bit for this to set up some, so that it can take texture more easily, and then so that the embeds won't sink either. And let me show you the embeds. They're just strawberry shapes made with soap dough. And there is a video on the making of this, which I'm gonna put a link at the end of this video in case you wanna take a look. But I'm just pretty much just gonna put them on each bar. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes, so I'm just playing with this and seeing if it's retaining some of the you know, swirls that I'm doing, and it looks like it is. So I'm going to test putting a strawberry on it and see if it holds it good enough. Okay, that seems to work. So I'm gonna put 2 on each bar of soap, because that seems to be all that I will have room for. I used to believe that the strawberries were called strawberries because they needed to be planted on a bed of straw to keep them from touching the soil, the ground. For whatever reason they couldn't. Well, it turns out that as I researched that is a myth. That's not why strawberries are called strawberries. Now the reason why, nobody knows for sure, but a theory that seems to be popular or accepted is that it's because it comes from the word or the verb strew, which means to, I think, to go a bunch of different ways to disperse in a messy manner. And that is because strawberries, they tend to send runners when you plant them, that if it looks like the runners go all over the place. And actually, in some places, when they're growing strawberries, they nip or they cut the runners so that there will be so the plant will not use energy in the runners, and instead it will concentrate on producing fruit. Strawberries are so good though. I love eating strawberries. And initially I thought I was gonna make this for Valentine's. You know, like since they're popular in that time of the year, the chocolate covered ones. But I didn't get around making soap in February at all. So it's been a month since I last made soap. Okay, I have more strawberries than I have room for. So I'm gonna try to move some of them around. But this is it. I hope you liked it. And I'll bring you back when it's time to cut it. Alright, so it's been a little bit less than 24 hours. It's probably been about 18 hours. But I think it should be ready to come out and be cut. I'm having a fairly clean release on the edges, at least from the top. It smells very sweet. There we go. The color looks funny. I remember the fragrance made it look green when I mixed it. And it does seem to have a green tone to it. Now the discoloration, it's supposed to be to a tan. It's supposed to have, I think, 1.5 or 2% vanillin content. So it should be like a light brown, not too dark. I did use sodium lactate to help it release from the mold. And that's what it's looking from the inside. It looks like there is some fragrance seeping, and overall it just looks like it went through gel phase, and there is some glycerin reverse. I did use, like I said for this one, a 30% lye to water concentration versus my usual 33%. So it did have more water. It does smell very fruity. It's very good. I like it. It's fruity, but I don't know that it's exactly strawberry like. I have to wait a few days and smell it again. It smells sweet and fruity, but I wouldn't say, oh, this is strawberry right now. Which right now it seems still going. It reminds me of pineapple smell actually. So if you have a favorite fruit fragrance that you have tried and that you like, could you perhaps leave me some recommendations on the comments? Or if you have a strawberry fragrance that you like, let me know. I like this one, but right now I'm not detecting a lot of strawberry coming out of it. It's feeling more like pineapple. But maybe it's just my nose. Or maybe I need to wait until saponification completes all the way. Because I do know that the high alkaline environment tends to affect fragrances so that they don't smell the way they're supposed to during it. But anyway, I'll post some pictures of what it looks like after a few days when it has finished doing its thin, the discoloration. It's looking very yellow right now. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.